Hello my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind let's play of Ace Attorney Spirited Justice. My name is the FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and we're still in the first trial of the foreign turnabout, whereas our friend, the most likely murderer, just went completely crazy. Well, I mean, it's typical for Ace Attorney, right? Well, let's rock on, dudes! I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today. That plinkety-plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage, man. Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's 'cause you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out the false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are garbage. Keep making noise, and I'll have to use my body here on you! I'm the one making noise? Hey, so like, you wanna know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth? Do ya? Fine, let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal deathbeat! Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? Screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. What's going on? Did he really just win the court over without performance? Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul! I call this chart topper the soul screaming truth! What is testimony? The soul screaming truth. This is music. Twisted dance come to an end. To the music throwing my way I did wind. Death, truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. With my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw I'll be quick to the treasure room. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent. I saw patrol and after Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom, get beat. And I want the power, take it to midnight. Blacker than the black's black, Robin all sides. Yeah, baby. Let that soul metal fly. What is that? Music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. This is Dominant Metal! Hey, yo geezer, how those ears ringing? I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying. Hey, you scared lawyer man? Run away as fast as you can! Oh, what a wonderful rhythm. The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, where did you go to the music storeroom for? Hey, I want to put my Dalmalin away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the right. But then why did you lie before? Because you sent me to hell! Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying, like lurely ways. Am I right, people? For a minute I went to the storeroom. It had drummed up false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? He's right. That so would have happened. Now I see why Defense Culpability Act was passed. Like, you feel me, Khura'in? Yeah, you said it. Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Now, are you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said, you ready to teach this, lying lawyer how we do things around here? Okay, that was weird. Alright, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul! The soul screaming truth. The priestess's dance had come to an end. Music storeroom, my way I did waned. Hold it! You say you went to the music storeroom? But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds did you base the accusation? You got anything to, like, show for it? He's right. I don't really have any proof. And yet... Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. All the dots! You what's this like? And? That doesn't say anything. Even though it's not our job to prove anything as the defense attorney. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your great getaway when you saw Mr. Rawl. So you panicked and ran into the music storeroom. Isn't that right? And who keeps killing the music? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? Well, silence is your answer, lawyer man. The audience, they know the score. Just what we needed. Moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before, and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, like I went to the music storeroom. Dead truth is what you dread. Give me shred. Hold it. So what exactly do you mean by death truth? Well, it's like the blade of truth that's gonna send your Lori's soul to hell. Sea of blood. That will be like the last thing you ever see, dude. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. I don't expect a bobblehead like you to understand. Either you get it, and you feel it, or you don't. It's as simple as that. You know, from my spawn in the front of the storeroom, I saw Abby creep to the treasure room. Hold it! How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was, glancing all around, shifted like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell ya. What's that saying about people who live in glass houses?
Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he looked furtive.
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was seeking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth. Say? Psst. Wrong. Pieslabin. Well, he knows the score, baby. And from my lips to our Holy Mother's ear, an artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't quite good enough for Godboy here.
And what do you see next, Mr. Understanding?
Well, trailing from behind, hound on the scent. I saw patrol. After alibi, he went.
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but you know what I want to know is if Patrol, according to his story, Patrol would have had it be coming down the stairs, while Albie was coming up the stairs. So wouldn't that have put them in opposite positions? Because everything we know about the case, Albie was at the top of the stairs, which is why he was able to hit Patrol, because he was in an elevated position. Something tells me it's gonna be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent? Like, what? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics, question without mercy, man. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound on the scent like a hunted dog. Cause you know Ro was a guard and uh-oh, here we go. Well, the inspiration came to me sudden like a flash and oh, that's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, man. Like, you're the one who asked. I knew I shouldn't have asked. Mr. Understanding, you're still understand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in your Malan class. Fine. Like, have it your way, geezer. Like the show must go on, the slash and the thrash. Me and my girl, innocent sweet, back by the storm, we can't be beat.
Hold it!
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? Well, like there. Do you get the picture? Picture? What picture? Mr. Understanding is requesting that you do not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey, geezer, you got it in one. Take a bow, baby! How the heck did you understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? Well, I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime, getting ready to put it away. But you see, would you believe it? Well, then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than the blackest black, robbing all sight.
Hold it!
Where were you when the power outage occurred? Well, like I said, I was in the music store room. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway?
You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him.
Oh yeah, man, just as always, so full of bull. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the will. Filthy liar through and through. And I ain't never ever gonna forgive you.
Utter lies without evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous.
Hey, well that was nice, prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Someone, please stop their jam session, please.
You've made your assertions clear, defense. But your argument is rather unsubstantiated.
That's not good. What's so funny, peace loving into standing? Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under cover of darkness.
Objection!
You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up from behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that?
What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically, but he was right next to the fuse box. Wait, that's it. I contend that the witness could have made the power outage happen with no magic necessary. What?
You have a theory, defense.
All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? The breaker.
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom and the end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning out the breaker, wouldn't you say?
Arrgh! Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man.
And why not?
Well, you're saying I turned the breaker off and then stuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him. Like, in pitch black darkness? With no source of light whatsoever? Is that what?
Oh. The treasure box glows in the dark, doesn't it? Yes, it glows in the dark.
Ha ha ha! We're like the lights all the hallways blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused.
I hate it when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide.
Guide through the darkness.
Something. Well, that's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree?
Well, you ain't gonna move this room with a high-fake punch like that, bruh! You gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel it. Like, do you hear me? Just like my first baby, woo! Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments had to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision. Now, defense.
Uh-oh. What do I do?
Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness?
I can. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something.
Alright, so let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness?
The treasure box itself.
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box.
Hmm?
Huh?
Huh?
Have you gone mad?
Well, the box goes in the dark, so you could use it as sort of a beacon. Well, I guess you're right.
But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Because he stole it, you idiot.
Oh, well, because...
Your guess is mine.
What is this lawyer talking about? Nonsense, lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already.
Is there no way to win them over? Defense. Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all?
No, your majesty.
Yeah, man. Do it, do it. And then we can, like, jam out this lawyer's tricks of pain. Ha 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 ha! Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. While you still have a tongue to scream with.
I guess I better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. Because the idea is if he stole it, he could have easily unlocked the box, right? What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was obviously the thief. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon, but I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down.
Hello, defense. Are you still with us? Well, let's hear this easy explanation you promised.
Isn't it possible that was because the victim himself was the thief?
The victim?
Wait. I missed something somewhere. I said the victim was holding the treasure box. Why would he be holding the treasure box? Okay, now I'm That thief? Yeah, I thought we were talking about this guy. This guy was holding the treasure box. I wasn't realizing that we were talking about Patrol holding the treasure box. Man, I got confused somewhere, and I'm not sure where that happened, but we're on the right track, so let's just keep going.
Haha! What kind of bull are you screaming now? Like, your majesty, this guy is off his rocker.
If the victim was a thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning, the dance of devotion, Mr. Wall went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the great stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. But then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark. But I thought the treasure box was the weapon. Well, not necessarily. I mean, there is blood on the box, but the blood could be explained by him bleeding on the box. And how would it have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him? Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Do you have any idea what you're saying?
You're unbelievable, lawyer man! I think you've lost it. Haha, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll? Trying to roll the temple? The devout believer, that pious Khura'inist? I want to allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim.
Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? But I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence.
Very well. Let's see your evidence and be prepared to stand behind it.
Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof, something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it.
What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief?
Would it be the treasure box itself? The defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Could he have picked that up? He was wearing gloves. So it wouldn't have mattered. There's not a lot that I can show here. I don't see anything. So it's either got to be the notice, the treasure box. It was forced open. I didn't read that before. If he was the thief, understanding. If understanding was the thief, it wouldn't need to be forced open. He had the key. The fact that it was forced open shows that someone else tried to steal it. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be some trace evidence on it that would show the victim had held it.
Mate, you better hope you turn up something more definitive than that defense.
Yes, sir, Your Majesty.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box.
A lot of blood.
There you are, defense. You are free to examine it.
If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there is that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, rotate around. Yep. Got that. Yep. Also use it to zoom in. Got that. I can always use reset to return things to normal state. Okay, cool. I don't see anything jumping out at me. So this is where the founder's orb was, huh? I doubt there's any trace of the orb left here now. Although I don't really know anything about the orb, so who knows. The lid of the box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too.
Hey!
What?
You son of a... You locked it!
So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing.
Yeah, I can. No sweat.
Then why is there a bucket load of tripping off of you over there? Does this key not work? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Hey, could you lend me your Megatama key? Does his key not work?
Sure.
Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole?
Well, let's see. Magatama key. So, when did it go in the hole above the Magatama mark?
Huh? It won't open.
Huh, well, would you look at that? They must have busted the lock when they forced the box open.
Really? Cause I'm not so sure about that. Not even the Magatama key can open it. In any case, I'd better take another good look. I had to find proof that the victim was holding this box. It's a handprint. This blood stain, it shows the outline of a hand. Yeah. I didn't even notice it at first, but yeah, there's definitely a handprint there. Could this be just what I was looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a blood stain here that outlines the shape of a hand.
Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right.
Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box.
What?
Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. That's why his hand is all bloodied. He was holding his hand over the box and the blood spilled out onto the box and it doused it, but the hand mark was left untouched. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Objection!
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It was just more of his loyalty deceit.
What do you mean?
Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? It's called using your eyeballs? What? I should have seen this coming. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some more time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming.
Well, Defiant, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand?
Where would the proof of something like that even be?
Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline of the treasure box is that of the victim's hand?
The only thing I have to go on is the picture here.
Take that!
I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof that you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo.
It is. Where? Defiant, please point to it.
What proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask? The bloody hand?
Take that!
Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood. What? If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline, you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter? Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct.
Well then, the victim really was holding the box.
I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. You can't be serious! I protest! There's no way they would ever match up! I assert that is patently impossible for... Ow! Talk about tongue karma, sounds like he had just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or are you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? Why you
I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff.
Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll! I can't believe it! I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll! Oh, poor kid. I mean...
Objection!
Shut up, Payne. And now wait just 1 minute. And the victim was the thief, and he was holding the treasure box. Well, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed.
Oh, well, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
I said that too. There must be a different weapon. If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else, like his musical instrument.
The real murder weapon
Was something else? The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood spattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck was the real weapon. That's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understanding?
Are you insinuating I'm the one who uses a real weapon?
Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding?
You got me riled up, little man. I feel the song coming on. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man, drop into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, you make me sick. You can't disappear just like a magic trick. Worthless lawyer man, done and buy a weapon. For you, miserable witch, I'll not be back in. Yeah. I know I don't need to remind you, Defiant, that your life is on the line.
I know, Your Majesty.
Yet you're prepared to risk it on the mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the liar!
This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down, not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. Well, that's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to the real murder weapon. Gladly. If I knew which one it was, what would somebody like Understanding use to bludgeon someone?
Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see the thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used.
Okay, so how do I show him using the guitar as a weapon? I mean, how do I do it?
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I've got. Maybe I had to point to it in the picture? Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning, a dance of devotion. That photo? How's that going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me.
Huh? Oh yeah? What's this something,
Does he have a different guitar with him? Or whatever that thing is? Yeah, he has a different musical instrument than before. That one is clearly different. It's yellow. This one is, and it's like jagged. This one's just brown and ovular. This thing here is odd, to say the least. This thing here.
Take that!
Mr. Understanden, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo?
Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes.
I believe you said your gamelan was your one and only? Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Understanden, what do you have to say to that?
Haha.
Well, I got nothing to say, man.
Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Bam! Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. You want all honky tonk man on him. Or Jeff Jarrett. One of the two. Whatever.
Ha ha! My old partner was doing so hot, so I brought his sister along. Well, that's all.
Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old gamelan to this court as evidence. Haha.
Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of it yesterday.
You what?
Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby. Haha.
No! Sorry to destroy the evidence.
When I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires to heal. Lawyer trash.
Ugh. Now there's no proof to show.
Oh, come on, that was pathetic. Your angry hands sound better than that. What's the great scream of yours?
This can't be how it ends.
I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion.
But Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession.
Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanden is the murderer is no more than conjecture.
Arg. Yeah, there's a pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accused Mr. Understanden of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Understanden's purported motive for murder goes right out the window! Ah!
Well, that's a great point, prosecutor. You tell him. Yeah, if I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. Well, there wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there?
There's no good counter-argument to that.
It sounds to me like Mr. Understanden has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case.
Not good, not good.
Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will be receiving for taking on this case.
Nice crowd. Yeah, nice crowd. Ah, what do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Poor Albie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life too. Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lese majesty, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused.
Yeah, should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, Lord Man. Time for you to, do some repenting in the Twilight Realm.
This guy is guilty as sin, I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what?
Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out.
Exterminate, annihilate, exterminate, annihilate. We are the Daleks of Khura'in. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to...
Ah! Defense, what's gotten into you?
I get it! It all makes sense now!
Like, Pokunka, man, what you trying to say? Might have been schooling yourself, sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Not like you had anything up there anyway.
Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer.
Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now.
No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time now.
Misconception, you say?
Well, that's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out.
Very well. Let's hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Majesty.
Your Majesty, this is just more of nonsense. You're just stalling for time.
Well, this is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs.
Now then, Defense. What is this misconception you mentioned?
The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was already empty. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start?
What?
What?
Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then did he ask Albie the question that he did?
Well, that is a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that. By the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
Objection!
But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Objection!
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. he would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty.
Ah, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Wolf most likely decided at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all.
But what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with any Mr. Understanding?
My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim.
Huh?
A motive?
Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Wool discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever.
But that's absurd!
Man, the eyes on that picture is frightening.
Can you believe the stuff that comes out of like this guy's mouth? Like, this is all just a joke, man. So then, what really happened to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred.
Really?
By Mr. Peacelubbin and a stand-in himself.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping.
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection!
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling.
I'm not ready to give my verdict yet.
What?
Suck it.
The defense.
The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case.
Yes, finally, a tiny shred of hope.
Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims?
Greg!
Well, this is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and I'm ready to explode, baby! Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over the treasure with pride. Now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer is a lying scumbag. Eat. You better believe like I got something to say. Open up your heels, sheep holes, and let's rock. Dead to the lying lawyer.
Oh, testimony. Lying lore.
Steal the founders or me, I did it. This lying lawyer's insults know no limit. All this time I guarded the oath faithfully. Sacred duty to the whole mother, easy to say. Hands unclean, used to the deed. Force the box open, no key did he need. Lying lawyer, condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell. Alright, we've now heard from both sides. Well, either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Majesty.
If you are unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination,
Well, then the DC Act will come into play and both you and the accused will lose your lives.
I understand. Life or death, it all comes down to this.
Mr. Wright.
Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be alright.
Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for sure. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya together.
It's a deal. I can't let Albie down. I have to win this trial. Somehow I have to prove that only Understanding could have stolen the treasure.
To your worst, Lawyer Trash. It's your Requiem. Last song like you'll ever hear in this mortal coil.
Let's go, bud. Lion Lawyer.
Still the founder was me? I did it? This lying lawyer's insults no limit.
But the argument that the orb was already gone before the murder fits all the facts.
It's no use even talking to you. Where's your proof that I stole the orb? Huh, Lawyer Trash?
He's right. I don't have any proof. Yet. But I'll find some.
For all this time, I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred duty to the whole mother is the sea.
Hold it!
Your sacred duty, huh? The problem with that is that I don't think you really are a true believer.
Why, you? How dare you question my faith? It's downright insulting.
I'm not trying to insult you, but I can't suspend logic either. You wormed your way into the temple with the intent of stealing the treasure, didn't you?
I had all the insults I could take out of you, Lawyer Trash.
But you're only one who can open the treasure box.
You just keep on arguing the same old lie. Sing the truth, hear my battle cry. Hands unclean, the accuser did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need.
Hold it!
The defendant didn't force the box open, that's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it, isn't that right?
Huh. Come on, you just saw for yourself, didn't ya? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open.
Oh yeah?
Well, there's your proof right there.
Arg. Score 1 for the metalhead.
Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, well then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open for you earlier?
How do I explain why the box went unlocked earlier? Maybe there's a different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box.
Huh? What are you talking about?
There's a secret trick to opening it to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right?
Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man.
Yeah, the key is a fake, that's why it didn't work.
Ah, so you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner?
I'll have you know, defense, the kingdom of Khura'in is not some sort of fantasy fun land.
Ugh. It's true, I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. And yet.
Well, yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. Real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way. A new verse. Please do edit to your testimony, Mr. Understanding. Real mail to open the box, you say? Delusion, man, there ain't no other way.
Hold it!
Delusional, am I? We'll see about that.
Wild ideas, that's called delusion. Mix up lawyer drowning in confusion.
Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality.
Well, let's hear what'll be the sinner's flight of fancy.
Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to open the treasure box. I just had a theory that just hit me. We haven't used this piece of evidence at all yet. The favor of the orb is bestowed. What if this song, what if it's a musical lock? That's why he's the only one with the key. This key doesn't work. Because the actual key is music.
Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden?
The secret is obviously hidden in the key. There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it if you please.
Ha ha ha! You don't know when to quit, yeah. Here, go ahead, examine all you like.
Nothing. I don't see a thing. Well, that's not what I want to examine.
Well, Defense, what have you discovered?
I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now.
Told ya, didn't I tell ya?
Yes, you told me.
There's just no reasoning with this man. The key's at force to lock open. There's no other explanation.
Well, that's right. Desecrate the box by open it without using this atomic key.
Wait, what did you say?
I'll sing it as many times as I had to get through to your thick, glorious skull. Only the atomic key unlocks the treasure, forcing to reap the drowned's displeasure. Yeah!
For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony?
That! Come into your brain, lawyer man!
Only the atomic key unlocks the treasure.
Hold it!
There must be some secret trick to this key.
Oh yeah? What exactly is this secret trick?
Huh? What's that smug look for? Maybe it's something like it can change shapes?
Wow, man, that's some other magic you got there. I'll get credit with credit's due and you can daydream like a champ.
Just like any Magatama, this key is made of a translucent material. One look, and it's pretty obvious it can change shapes.
Yeah, I wasn't really sold on that one myself. But I felt like there was something odd about Anastanda's testimony just now. Think I better take another look through the evidence. Alright, well, let's come back to that one.
Lion lawyer condemned to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell.
Hold it!
I'm not the one who'll be going to jail, Mr. Understanding. You are.
You think so, huh? Hey, what do you think, people? It's not just me, this lawyer is putting me down. He's insulting Khura'in and the Khura'in people, too. If he thinks he can get away with that, he's got another thing coming, right, peoples?
That's right, disrespectful lawyers deserve to be removed post-haste.
Yikes, the gallery's getting really whipped up over this.
You're going to jail, you, not me. If you don't believe me, just wait and see. It's too late, no forgiveness for you. Not for me, the judge, or her holiness, too. The rule of the day is to in this court. To the gallows, lawyer, you will report.
What was that just now? It's like there was something odd about his testimony. I can't afford to ignore any inconsistency, no matter how small. Smallest detail could blow his case wide open. Got to use this evidence to unlock a path to the truth. So we said this was wrong. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. It was forced, though. I just feel like this is important somehow, and I don't know how. Do we just show the treasure box? I'm not sure.
Objection!
There's something odd about the witness's statement. And this is the evidence that will prove it.
No, the only thing odd I find here is your objection. I hope this will help you change your ways.
That didn't go very well. So it's not the box.
Objection!
It's not the song. I'm gonna crash out here if I don't do something.
Objection!
It was the key after all. Just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called the key the Mitame key, didn't you?
Ah!
But did you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Oh!
Gag! The Mitame key? What's that?
I don't know, Your Majesty. But apparently, it's a rather crucial question.
What? What's the big deal?
So I said the wrong thing. So what? Someone's with the tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but grandstanding betrays a desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument.
What say you, defense? Is it an important detail?
Judging by understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Sir Majesty, it's very important. The key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitame key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. No, man, just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant, I say. You're riding the crazy train to nowhere, lawyer man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense.
To tell the truth, I'm not really clear what defense is driving at myself. However, I am eager to find out.
What?
Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it, because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail?
Yes, it's an absolutely important detail. I think... Excuse me. Because the Mitame key is connected to the Founder's Orb.
I see. Very well. Well, in that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim.
The grounds, Your Majesty?
You can, of course, show grounds, can you not, defense?
Of course. What else can I say? I had to come up with something. Anything. Even if it's just a bluff. The Mitame key. Mitama. There has to be something somewhere that has Mitama and the orb together. Is it the song?
Don't keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitame key and the Founder's Orb?
Is it the song? I read this many times. Mitama. There. When the butterfly embraces Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed.
Take that!
What's that? The song ceremony?
All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right in the song of ceremony performed during the dance of devotion. Your Majesty, the song of ceremony tells of the treasure of the founder of Khura'ism, but hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to really open the treasure box.
Oh?
Only!
Mother! But how can that be, defense?
The song of ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe that Mitame here refers to the Mitame key.
Well, yes, that is the same word, but that doesn't mean.
We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it.
And I suppose you know the right way.
I do, Your Majesty. Use the key properly, you have to first, I don't know what the directions are. Flip it horizontally. Or is it vertically? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama. There's the butterfly over there. Oh, you see it? It's right there. It's on the left side. Oh my gosh, it's right. It's been right there all along. You see how the butterfly, next to the butterfly, there's like a symbol of a Mitama? Or the Mitama, the Mitama key that we're using? So you gotta flip it upside down. Flip it vertically. And we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this. Has been there all along. It becomes the Khura'in symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama. Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way. It goes next to the butterfly. Oh,
I knew you was just bluffing. Blessed lies, the only tools of his trade after all.
there must be some other place this key fits, but where? Let's see. What were the words to the song ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Where should the Mitama key actually be used? It should be used right there.
Got it!
Nice. My goodness! The treasure box, it really opened!
No way, man! What? No!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the song A Ceremony. It is the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne.
How so?
Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy. Well then, what you're saying is, so it wasn't music after all. I was wrong about that. But the clue was in the music. Neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They therefore had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the only man who knew about the Mitama key. Peace, loving, and understanding. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Wool's body was a very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can be only one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll. I was expecting the speakers to explode or something. Alright, that was good. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Alright, that was unexpected. That was neat.
Curse him. It's all his fault. Why'd he have to go and try and steal the treasure? Why I had to spawn him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good.
This episode is going a little bit long, but I figured we were getting close to the end here.
Couldn't let the secret out. Nobody knew the treasure box was empty. Losing my position as head monk. Who else knows what they do to me? Couldn't let. Had to stop them.
But that might mean that he didn't steal The item was already stolen. What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago.
No, my perfect, unblemished record destroyed. The incredible pain ruined. No!
Go suck an egg. There's nothing wrong with being bald. Bald is beautiful. Did Lori really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening. Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I am just as shocked as everyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, let's court Khura'in the accused. I'll be your guide. Not guilty.
Woo!
Aww. They're not penguins, but they're still pretty. April 24th, 1:36 p.m. The High Court of Khura'in. Accused lobby. There's still quite a commotion. People from the gallery show no sign of clearing out. Where's my victory music? Can't believe it, not guilty. Still in shock, can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening, it's impossible. The Holy Mother preserve us. I've never been in the defense lobby quite this uncomfortable.
Mr. Wright.
Oh, Albie.
Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did to me.
Aw. There's the victory music. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first.
Well, that's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country, well, I know now. But how did it ever get this way in the first place?
Let me explain. At least, I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on a benevolence's insights.
Right. Rafa, the royal priestess. Well, she's like a teenager or something, right? How old is she? She's 14. Wow, she's a young teenager. So she couldn't have been doing this for very long. Right? Seems it was dismissed from his former position, somehow wind up as chief prosecutor in this country instead. Yeah, somehow.
You would imply that the trials in this country are unfair. Do explain yourself, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions.
Mr. Wright!
Shh! Huh?
Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested.
A rebel?
That's right. One of those people going against the queen and the court system.
Whoa!
They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. And they're led by a scary guy named Dhurke.
Oh, Dhurke, we've heard that name before.
They'll do anything to overthrow our eminence, even commit crimes.
Dhurke. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name.
The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that Dhurke guy.
Pardon the intrusion. Who's this? Who are you? You. Yeah, you. I don't want to talk to you, see? Light, is it? How How do they know my name? Like, my name. This is freaky. You can't be talking to me, right? But dang, that's like spot on. That's scary right there. Or should I be honored? Maybe when they were translating this game, they said, hey, there's this guy named FlightlessBird on YouTube. We should, like, you know, make a reference to him in the last game. I'll take that. It's Wright, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? You can call me Flight, though.
I am the Khura'in's Minister of Justice. My name's Inga Kaku Khura'in. I oversee the whole shebang. I was watching the three-ring circus in there.
You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice? So he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense, culpability, act, and all.
I'm Minister Inga. How are you, sir?
Run along, Mini Monk. The grown-ups are talking here.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
May I help you with something?
Just want a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then.
He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage.
Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out, Bo was a seasoned thief, a repeat offender, you see? Had my man look into it, and they found all the booty he pilfered right there in his digs.
But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Well, why?
Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook.
A mook? How can you say that?
Guess that kind of sub story gets you comic folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my man check out that understanding fella too. He wasn't the only one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents.
What?
They put the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So we gave up the Founder's Orb and trying to keep it all hush-hush like.
Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, say what? Well, that was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, you see? Stirring the pot, catch my drift?
Oh, well, yikes, I'm in for it now.
Heh. But thanks to that song and dance, we know a precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time.
But all I did was defend the accused.
You best read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, you get my drift? Even a dirty no-good punk knows how to cash in his chips before the house steps in.
Huh.
Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path that you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soul it is on you're standing on.
Yeah, he was kind of scary, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as, you know, when we can continue the sightseeing tour.
Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still more temples to see and all kinds of local fruits to eat. And I can show you the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls used for training. And I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the Plaza of Devotion yet. And then there's a place where they dig off the super good real office great view diamond and there's a foot massage.
All right, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time.
And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together.
Yeah, you bet. Maya. Wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay.
So, how about that not guilty, Dhurke?
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
God, I know that voice from somewhere. Like, I'm not sure where, but I know that voice from somewhere. From an anime I just saw recently or something, but like his voice is very distinct. Alright, the 24 and Turnabout complete. Thoughts on this case, FlightlessBird? I really enjoyed this case. This case was a lot of fun with some interesting mechanics. I will say the new mechanic they introduced in this game is a little bit hard to understand, especially if you have to like match two things up at the same time. But it's a clever, unique thing at it that adds a spiritual element back to the game that's been kind of missing. I mean, we've always had these spiritual elements and stuff, but I kind of like the Divination Séance. The little teenage girl who thinks she's all that, and reality she doesn't really understand what a court system is. Like she does her job. She can see like the last moment before someone dies, but it's out of context. And I'm looking to see an evolution with her. Albie wasn't bad. I didn't mind Albie, and his dog is adorable. The understanding guy, he was kind of out there, and that's great. I always like a crazy out there type nemesis that the game throws at us. Pain is back. Yay, I guess. I'm interested to see who the new prosecutor is going to be. Hopefully it doesn't continue to be Pain. That guy's kind of a pain. The humor was great. I love the humor in the case. The as far as the tutorial case goes as well, it was kind of weird because there was no recess or anything. It was just all one straight, like non-stop marathon. And it made sense because the judge kept saying, well, let's wrap this up, let's wrap this up, let's wrap this up. And the way they did the tutorial case by having us explain to the judge how the system works was pretty innovative, I thought. You know, it's a tutorial case. I mean, there's not much to say about it. You really couldn't get too attached to anything going on because you didn't have investigations that you went through, or you know, the other side of the game. But as far as tutorial cases go, it wasn't bad at all. It was very enjoyable, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun too. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button to like the video and subscribe. Much love to you guys. This was a very long video. Sorry about that, but sometimes when you think you're getting close to the end, you just want to finish it. And that's kind of how it went today. And I just kept going and going and going and going. And now I keep going and going and going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, except I'm not. I'm FlightlessBird. Oh, speaking of flight, the guy called me by my name. Yes, that is a totally canon thing. The guy broke the fourth wall and called me by my name. He called me Flight. So I think that makes this case automatically better than a lot of other cases. Okay, my friends. Hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. Thank you for everything. Y'all are number one YouTube community, all YouTube, and I can't thank you enough for all that you do. I will talk to you again very soon, but until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.